Hello, and welcome to another advent of code. So I think in my last video I was about to show how long the test harness takes to run, which it varies, but yeah, I had a kernel panic at the same time, so I've rebooted, and so it sometimes fails that with that return code 1, but usually it takes around a couple of seconds. Weirdly, because I'm filming, well, potentially not weirdly, but because I'm filming, it takes maybe a second more. It was about 2 seconds before I started the recording. Anyway, we're up to day 7, so we'll load that up, and we'll run our day 7 script. Gosh, if that's my input, yeah. Right, if that is my input, what I might actually do is go like that and Chrome and go to advent of code, advent of code.com. I wish it would just give me what I want, but that's right. And I will copy this. Yes, how do I need to do this? That's what we look like, and then we do that. Right, so I'm fairly certain, yeah, it's just like a bunch of commands like that. So yeah, we just need that. What I will do is actually kill this. No, we can do that. Right, so I'll open up a new terminal and advent.txt, and I'll just paste that in there. And I think I found SCP didn't work. Advent.txt, and that's going to go to inputs day, what are we, 7.example. Yeah, this happened before, but we'll go full screen. But luckily I know how to, well, I don't know how to, not sure why that didn't close, but what we can do is just do this little thing, and I could have done a speed up there. In fact, let's show it off and just do that. Right, so I'll need to do that, and I'll probably also need to give my username on the other computer. And now we have our example output, and what is right, this is meant to be part 1 95437. Right, so that's that. And what we can do now is open up our day 7.jakt, and maybe pull that up, and yeah, I logged in at the beginning of this. Right, so I think now is the time that we can potentially read some stuff. So what did the elves get up to in day 6? They were using a like serial device type thing, some network device, and we were finding the started packet, and we're talking about that now. Right, so we can't do anything because we've run out of space, and I guess we're going to work out how, yeah, in fact, sum of the total sizes of the directories. Right, so file system is like a bunch of stuff. CD means change dir, that sounds good. Dot does that, yeah, that all makes sense. ls seems to be about right. Oh yeah, so it gives us the size and the name, or it gives dir, then the name, and that just means it's a directory. So from our output, I guess we can do this. We start at the root. We see there's a folder A and then a couple of text files in the folder. We can go into A and we can do that and kind of dump it all. And it will kind of print out all of this, and we can see all of the sizes of the files. Right, so we need to get the total size of each directory, and we can see that all these directories have that. And then we need to right, so we're not finding all of the directories, we're only finding a size with at most was that 100,000, not at least, at most, and then add up all of those sizes. So that would be this one and that one. It's kind of weird that we don't look at the big ones, but that's alright. Right, so what is our input going to look like? This one might actually take a bit longer. I'll see how far I can get. Yeah, so we we kind of need to have a, do we have a map? I think we've got a map. So we can have a mutable file system, and it's going to be a map. And we can do like generics, I think, and it's going to be a map of string. I mean, this is all single things, but I think my input, yeah, my input has multiple characters. No, I can select this. Oh, and I can copy it, but I can't select anything here. I wonder if we go to, well, in fact, this page, can we? Yeah, so that is seemingly just an issue with advent of code. That makes me happier. Well, it makes me happier, but also less happy. Oh, that is just very frustrating. But we like can't select. So what I could do is Control A, Control C, and do something like that, and find the input, and that's the input. So that could be something I'd do to get the input, but it's like not the nicest way because we're getting everything. What I would like is like just get this, but yeah, it doesn't do it. And I think there is like a issue with advent of code, which I actually like. Oh, I didn't want that one. I wanted that one. So if you look carefully, when I move the mouse over, the font will kind of change. Oh, I won't do it now, of course, because we're doing it. I mean, it does that kind of sideways thing, but there was a bug with the libweb in Serenity that I think was like glyph size. We can look at the diff that I have. we can get rid of that now, but if we go into, where do I keep it, source OS dev Serenity, we can see, I've got a few things in my diff, but the one I'm kind of talking about is this one here, using and libraries, libgfx. So that is the diff that I had to kind of apply, because otherwise this offset was actually overflowing and it would crash the browser, which isn't a great start for Advent code, because then I wouldn't be able to see anything. But with that in place, it doesn't crash. But we still can't copy, but that's right. Right, so I guess we need to do this and then see whether we're oh yeah, we were doing a map, so we've got a yeah, potentially we want yeah, we'll have a structure which is a directory, and it is going to have yeah, it's going to have like entries is going to be a map of string to directory, I guess. Hopefully we can do something recursive like that, and we probably need to like initialize it, and this fs can just be a directory, and it can be directory of entries, can just be like nothing, or no, that's what we want, and I think we don't want it up there. Yeah, we'll do a test of 7 and just example, because it like kind of spits out the output. I just want to see if it compiles. Right, we don't know map. Jakt, samples map, no. What if we do get grep on maybe -I in samples, nothing there. Anything that looks about right. Dictionaries looks about right. I don't really want to open it in the file manager, but dictionaries, what do we have? We can have, maybe we can just look at jakt. Right, so we can just have a dict like that. Yeah, and we can define it like that. Dictionary, alright, so I just literally just need to change that to dictionary, and we can potentially just have like that. We'll give that a whirl. Otherwise, we might need to just get rid of that test. Right, so we can't do something there. No function. Oh, right. Yeah, so we need a map. So I think we do need to do dictionary and string directory, and just instantiate that. And if we do that, cool. Now it's building. So we've made a file system. That will fail because it's just going to print out the output. Now we need to kind of add to it. So I guess what we want is a function parse input. Yeah, I think I want to have two functions, a pass command and no, I think I just want to pass input, pass listing. Yeah, we'll do that. And what that's going to take is a mutable dir, which is going to be a directory, and it is going to also take the listing, which is going to be a string, and it is just going to do that. So this will do that, but to start with we need to see whether it's a command. Function is command, or yeah, so I guess we can do pass command. Yeah, is command, and this is going to be a non-s, and that can be a string, and it's going to return a bool, and it is going to return just s dot starts with. I think that is how we do it, and if it starts with $, then it is a command. So what we could probably do is change this to be line equals that is command equals that and is command on line. And if we give that a run, I think I potentially want to do that and see how close I can get that there. Apologies for the noise, neighbour just got home on the bike, I guess. Unsure why I couldn't find the input file. It exists. Yeah, I'm actually unsure why that is failing. Like 6 works, but 7 doesn't seem to. Oh, that's a bit frustrating. But yeah, what we can do is this, and we can see if our is command kind of works. Right, so is command looks like it's working. It's got that, but it's false for all of that. So I think if we yeah. Function pass command, and this can just take an anonymous string, and it can probably just return what do we want? We've only got like 2 different commands, so I think we might be overcomplicating it. So if is command of what do we call it? Line. So if we are in a command, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll probably do pass listing, and we probably want a current working div. We can call that directory, and we can just have that to be our I call it root, just because that should be what it is. And so here we will pass in our current working directory, and what we need to do ls can be whatever line is there. And I think that's probably good. So I'll get rid of this. And here we need to do some stuff. So here we will need to check what command it is. So I might do, let's see, md equals line.substring, and I've forgotten what things are, so I'll just do that and then do that. Parse listing, that should be fine. Anyway, so we want start and like length, I guess. It only tells me one. So start can be 2, which will be line.length. In fact, do we need a length? I think I remember that we do indeed need the length. I'm going to comment out that because it's well, actually I can just fix it by that. Right, so it's wrong number of arguments, yeah, so we do need this length as well. So that length can be line.length minus 2. Right, so now that is building. We could probably print line cmd equals that and cmd. I'm really confused why. Yeah, so that's like trying to read from the file that doesn't exist. Potentially because I'm using map and I need to somehow the runtime to it. Yeah, that might be a bit trickier. Because yeah, if we just run it, right. This one, I don't know, I might do some stuff and then come back to it. Right, so if cmd dot starts with cd, we'll do some stuff. Do cd things, and else if cmd dot starts with ls, we'll be in listing mode. Can ignore, I think, and if we get something else, we can just do like any println unknown command that and cmd. Yep. So if we do that, it might complain about the it knows about eprintln somehow, which I can't remember where we define it. It's kind of annoying there. Right, so it knows all the commands. So I guess when we go cd, the second argument, so we'll do lector can be cmd dot substring, and that can be start of 3, which is cd space, and we can have length being cmd dot length minus 3, and here we can just like print line cd that, I guess, and yeah, we don't actually want that anymore. Right, so substring doesn't exist. Have we like misspelled something? Gosh, expected initializer. Oh yeah, I see what I've done. Right, so if we do that, we can do that, and do that. And here we can see just the CDs and the directory that we're going to go into. So I think every directory that we kind of go into, we should have a dot dot that magically just goes back to the current directory, and we'll probably hard code that in. If after cd thing add a dot dot that points to cwd, then change cwd. Yeah, so we want to find dir in cwd, then add a dot dot that points to the back, if it doesn't exist, I guess. If we dot dot, then just go to that dir. Right, and it's kind of just pseudocode, but yeah, to do. If dir is just yeah, so if dir is just dot dot, do the thing, but if it isn't, then look it up and then add the dot dot that points back to where we're going. And so that pseudocode should kind of cover all of these CDs, and then we have the path listing, which here we need to first see is it a dir, is it a file with file size, and so I guess a directory, we don't, yeah, we kind of want a map to from a string to either a directory or a size, I guess. Yeah, so I might just put a comment there. To do entries should point to a directory or a file size, and we're only going to care about the file size. And actually no, I guess we could kind of treat a file as a directory in like a hacky way, and it will just have 0 entries, but what we do want is a size of a directory, which can be a i64, I guess, and it will start off being size will be 0, and when we kind of parse a file that has a thing, do that. So treat file as a dir with 0 entries. Could also put a flag So I think I might actually leave it there. Yeah, just brain fog is kind of happening, and I think I need to take a break and then come back to it. But I've left some comments on where we are. So I guess I might add everything, and we can commit up what we have. Day 7. Yeah, day 7. Make a start on solution. Just adding some more, some structures and functions with comments on how future me will solve. And I think that will be that. I won't push it just yet, but I'll push it once I get the thing going. But I'll mull it over a little. And I also want to fix this test thing where it is failing within the test script, which I think, I mean, the error message doesn't really say much, but I think the issue is probably that it's not finding the runtime files for jakt, which is a bit frustrating because it's already compiled it and like we can run it, and like if we give it a file like it's kind of calling it, it still just works, but it fails in the test harness, and I kind of want it to work in the test harness because it's just easier than having to like run one command then run another command. I mean, otherwise I would have to do something like day 7.jakt and right, that does work. Gosh, that wasn't the right command. Build day 7, and we'll have to just copy the file. But I guess that's how I will be doing it for now. And that didn't even do it. Did it like return a bad code or something? Do we have a true? Yeah, we have a true. And echo 1. Gosh, I don't know. Echo 1. That's interesting. True. Echo return code is 0. If we just run jakt, then the return code I think was also 0. Could be a bug, but yeah. Anyway, shaving a yak that I don't need to just yet. So this is kind of my boilerplate, and as I said before, I'm going to leave it for a bit and I should do that. So hopefully you enjoy this kind of partial video. I'll have another video with the rest of the solution coming up at some point when I feel more like putting in some effort. See ya.